Greetings once again. It's your buddy Thomas here at Fat Tracks Books and Records in Cedar Park, Texas, and it's Tuesday. Now, normally I wax poetic about random stuff, but this week I'm expecting today, tomorrow, and Thursday to not even make enough to keep the lights on. Because it's raining, and it's supposed to rain all week, and rain means that if you do get people in, normally it's just people that are looking to get out of the rain for whatever reason. Like they have an appointment at the dentist office, and so they're just coming in to browse, but they have no intention of buying anything. They're not actually after anything. They just didn't want to sit in the dentist office. So, but that's fine. I mean, that's part of running your own little shop. But with that in mind, I actually figured I would talk a little bit about some of the weirdness moving from Metro Atlanta to moving out here to Atlanta, Georgia, by the way. There's an Atlanta here in Texas. So the last time I told somebody that and I didn't specify, they got real confused. And then I was like, no, Georgia. There's an Atlanta, Texas? And he was like, oh, yeah. Well, I thought you were talking about that. One of the interesting things that's different here, or apparently different here versus Georgia, is I'm pretty sure that the asphalt mixture is different. So the asphalt mixture out here, when it starts raining for the first 6 hours during the rain, or from when it rained really well until it ends, all of the oil, like none of it absorbs into the asphalt, so it just kind of sinks down to the first layer, and then it becomes a ice rink out there.
Even those taking to the streets, we're finding it slippery.
And that's new for me. Particularly since my midlife crisis was buying a pickup truck and jacking it up, and so yeah, I have to put it in 4-wheel drive, which I did intentionally. I got one intentionally with 4-wheel drive because of that. Because rear wheel drive, and anyway. But the other thing that I've noticed out here is things like the parking lot stripes. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Well, the one thing that's not bigger in Texas is the parking spaces. Parking spaces are actually smaller, and it's just enough that mentioning my pickup, I park way way away. Like I park like crap, but I park at the end of the parking lot.
Where did I park my car? Oh, no.
So, when they lay out parking stripes, at least in Georgia, it's 9 foot, but it's supposed to be 9 foot inside to inside of the parking stripes. But out here, it seems that they do 9 foot outside to outside of the parking stripes. So it's just a hair more narrow, and it's just enough to make it really uncomfortable to park anything that's. I mean, when I drove my little Civic, it was like that. But the reason I bring it up in the sense of business is there was a burger joint here in Cedar Park over by where the Bell District is. So they realigned the main road 183 going through Cedar Park, right? And they're building like well, they're not building. They rezoned it, and they're getting builders to come in and build like a mixed-use development, kind of like the Domain, which if you don't live around here, you don't know what that means. But anyway, so there were a bunch of existing businesses that moved or got bought out or whatever, and one of them was Mooney's Burgers, and they moved that one that was at the end of the Bell District to Leander in an existing building. And that existing building had frontage right on 183. By all accounts, it should have been fine. It should have, like, people should be able to find where it was and get in and out, no problem. The problem, though, with that spot is the parking was insane. it was one of our favorite places to go and get a burger, you know. And I tried pulling in there once with my pickup, and it was so tight that I actually sat there in the parking lot thinking if I drove a Civic, I would feel uncomfortable parking here. So we didn't even bother because I couldn't fit in a spot, and it was just you were just asking for a wreck. Uh, and so they were there for I don't know a year, maybe a year, and they've already shut down. And I'm not sure if they actually moved or what, but it was a big enough deal that like I think they had three at one point. Now they only have two. Um, and I mean, it was a good burger place. So I seriously doubt that it was like competition. I think honestly, it's just nobody could get in there comfortably. Whereas where they were before, um, there was a crap ton of parking, and you didn't have to worry about running into the side of the building just trying to park.
Oops, my bad.
So there's not really a point to the story. Everything this week's going to be pretty random because, like I said, it's raining and it's supposed to rain, and I'm here at Fat Tracks in Cedar Park, and if you're nearby, feel free to swing by. I mean, eh, it's not raining right at the second, so why not? Until then, you guys take care.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.